one family, one earth, one heart, one life. We are one family, one earth, and together we can make a difference in our world. Every creed and color, every boy and girl, all of creation, no separation. We are one heart. One heart, one life. We are one family, one earth, one heart, one life. We are one family, one earth, and together we can make a difference in our world. Every creed and color, every boy and girl, all of creation, no separation. We are one heart.
Namaste.
Good morning, beloved of God.
Good morning.
Right where you are at this moment, the light of Spirit shines through you. Infinitely loved by God, you are the light of the world. I am Donna, and I welcome you to Unity Spiritual Center of Waco this morning. Quick reminder to mute our cell phones. And please stand as you're able and join us in our congregational singing. Let us say together our statement of truth, which is on the screen. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotent. We are a beacon of love and light for those who need this spiritual home right now. Let us say together our vision, mission, and unity principle for today. Our vision: to awaken an awareness of spirit in our lives through the practice of timeless spiritual teachings. Our mission: raise consciousness, transform lives, heal the planet, one person at a time, beginning with me. And our unity principle for today: these ancient universal principles taught by Unity offer foundational guidance for living abundantly and staying in tune with your own divine nature. Together, God is everywhere and always present in every circumstance. This divine energy underlies the animates all of the existence. And then our daily word for today, Sunday, June 16th, 2024, is Father's Blessing. Today I bless my father and the father figures I have known with thoughts of love and appreciation. The man I call father may or may not be related to me, but he has touched my life with love. I give thanks for those fatherly figures who selflessly gave their time and love to help me grow into the person I am today. Their demonstrations of patience showed me how to give others space and time. Their humor and lightheartedness taught me not to take myself too seriously. Their guidance and trust encouraged me to be independent and trust myself. I would not be the person I am today without the lessons of love and wisdom shared by my father. In so many ways, he gave me a strong foundation on which to build my life. I am grateful and blessed with all he has given me. Our scripture for today from Matthew 15:4, honor your father. And our affirmation, I will say, and then we'll say together, I bless my father with the loving thoughts of gratitude. I bless my father with loving thoughts of gratitude.
This is time in our service when we have an opportunity to come together to greet one another, to say hi, fist bump, give a hug, whatever's appropriate for you. And we also want you to know that you who join us out there through the ethers, that you are part of this church service today on this special occasion. And we celebrate each of you knowing you are part of this church family, especially you who are playing a dad role in your life. So let's do that now.
Hey, Steve. I'm good. How are you? Haven't seen you in ages.
Last time we had dinner.
Right? Hey, Miss.
I'm good at disappearing.
How are you? How are you? I enjoy your daughter so much. She's such a love. She's such a love. How are you? Shoes, I wanted to make sure. Oh. I didn't want to slip on out. Huh? Right. What are you doing? Happy Father's Day.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Hi. Happy Father's Day. Hey, Susie. Happy Father's Day. We had a little virus go through the house, but you'd already popped it. Right, go away. Thursday, okay.
How you doing, sir? Happy Father's Day.
Hello, lady.
Happy Father's Day to you too.
How are you?
It's a tough job.
I saw you give, yes, I saw you give Dad a look there with the humor thing. A little eyebrow. Yeah. All right.
How you doing? Doing just fine. Still, you know.
You actually can.
Stop swelling, so that made a big difference. Did you?
She is so quick to get us to stop all this hugging. What's wrong with her? Hi, girls.
Sit over here. Okay.
Good morning, I'm Reverend Don, and it's a pleasure to welcome each of you to Unity Spiritual Center today. Together we affirm and celebrate our unity, our oneness with each other, our oneness with all that is, and our oneness in God. Your presence is essential, for we know that no one is here by accident or coincidence. And each of us is a unique aspect of the energy that expresses as Unity Spiritual Center today. Right here and right now, and we know that none of us is here by, accident or coincidence. Unity is a new thought denomination, yet new thought is nothing new to the world. It is, in fact, a synthesis of the greatest spiritual concepts from the minds and spirits of humankind across the ages. In unity, we believe that all people are created with sacred worth, regardless of culture, ethnicity, sexual orientation, or creed. And we know that neither God nor unity leaves anyone out. So let us open this service today, as always, with prayer. If you join me. Infinite presence, dear loving Spirit, we come together today to celebrate this special day in which we honor fathers. We open our hearts, our minds, to see the presence of fatherhood, not only within us, but see the fatherhood within the presence of God. Knowing that as we love our children, as we love each other, you, the presence of God, loves us. We know that your presence is here for each of us to guide us, to comfort us, and to lead us down our path as we open our hearts, we open our minds to your presence, to your love. As we do so, we open ourselves to see the beauty that is within this world and within each person. We see that and we honor your presence within all people, within all of our existence. For it is within and through the presence of God that we exist, that we flourish, and that we become the truth of who we are, a loving expression of God. For this we are so grateful, and we say thank you, Spirit. When the disciples asked, how should we pray? Jesus gave them the Lord's Prayer, which we say together now is translated from the Aramaic, the language that Jesus spoke. Together. Infinite presence, which is everywhere. Your name is sacred. Your kingdom is come. Your will is throughout the earth, even as it is throughout the universe. You give us our needful bread from day to day, and you forgive our offenses, even as we forgive our offenders. And you let us not enter into materialism, but you separate us from error. Because yours are the kingdom, the power, and the song, and the praise, from all ages, throughout all ages, sealed in faith, trust, and truth. Amen. Each of us is the light and love of God, spiritual beings having a human experience. You are God's beloved, and we embrace you today. To bless the children, if we could talk them into coming up here. I get to do it this week. So together, let's rub our hands together and get some nice warm energy going. Ooh, feel that heat? Mm-hmm. Hold our hands up and say, children, we love you, we bless you, and we appreciate you just the way you are. Mm-hmm.
This is my Father's world, and tune my listening ears. All nature sings and round me rings the music of the spheres. This is my Father's world. The birds their carols raise, the morning light, the lily white, declare their Maker's praise. This is my Father's world. I rest me in the thought of rocks and trees, of skies and seas, His hands the wonders wrought. This is my Father's world. Oh, let me ne'er forget that though the wrong seems oft so strong, God is the ruler yet. This is my Father's world. Why should my heart be sad? The Lord is King, let the heavens ring. God reigns, let the earth be glad. This is my Father's world. He shines in all that's fair. In the rustling grass I hear Him pass. He speaks to me everywhere. In the rustling grass I hear Him pass. He speaks to me everywhere.
I'm sure you noticed we're missing an element this week. And Lucinda wasn't here. She took some well-deserved time off, and that's good for her. You probably didn't notice, but I've been gone a couple of weeks also. We got to go on a cruise with the family and had a wonderful time. No internet, no telephone, no nothing. Just 8 days just to go out, talk to people, have fun, and really enjoy ourselves. It's nice just to let go of things once in a while and just be with family. And that's what we're talking about today is family and the father figure of the family, really. A small boy said, Father's Day is just like Mother's Day, except it doesn't cost as much. I said, what gift? So Mark Twain said, when I was a boy of 14, my father was so ignorant that I could hardly stand to be around him. But by the time I was 21, it was amazing how much he had learned. And another one, popular comedian, Bill Cosby wrote, now that my father is a grandfather, he can't wait to give money to my kids. But when I was a child and asked him for 50 cents, he would tell me the story of his life. How when he got up at 5 a.m. when he was 7 years old, walked 23 miles and milked 90 cows. And the farmer for whom he worked had no bucket, so he had to put the milk in his hands and carry it another 8 miles just to put it in a bucket. 5 cents is all he got paid. The result? I didn't get my 50 cents. But now he tells my children every time he comes into the house, he says, well, let's see how much money Granddad has in his pocket for these wonderful grandkids. And the minute they take the money out of his hand, I call him over to me and I say, "Give me that. That's my money." As you are a father, I'm sure you noticed there's some things that fathers always say to their kids as they're growing up. Words of wisdom, you might say. One of the ones we've all heard, I'm sure, is, "This is going to hurt me more than it hurts you." Quiet, I'm watching the game. Don't forget to check the oil. I've got a granddaughter that didn't check the oil one time and ended up getting a new car. And it's bring back all the change. And how should I know? Ask your mother. I'm not made out of money, you know. You are going, and you will enjoy this. Who's paying the bills around here anyway? If you break your leg, don't come running to me. And don't put your feet on the furniture. Your mother will have a fit. Quit playing with your food. Be quiet. Can't you see I'm trying to think? Why? Because I said so. That's why. And just wait till you have kids of your own. Yeah, that's when I tell my daughter now. Anyway, I was not asleep. I was just resting my eyes, you know. Someone said parents spend the first part of a child's life urging him to walk and talk, and the rest of his childhood telling him to sit down and be quiet. Father said to his daughter, "What's wrong, Judy? Usually you talk on the phone for hours, but this time you only talked for 30 minutes. How come?" She replied, "Well, it was the wrong number." And we all have memories of childhood, things we did, things we remember with our parents, with our father. I know some good, some bad. As we look back and reflect on the times when I was a child, the dynamics of the family have kind of changed over the years. Back then, it was kind of the father was the strong figure who brought in the income, supplied what was needed for the family, had the strength. The mother was the nourishing element that loved the kids, ran the family, took care of everything that needed to be done with the house. But even when I was young, it was changing. You started having both parents work. Both parents working to raise the family, to make things happen. So I think that line that separates kind of blurred. And both elements now have more to do with whether it's providing for the family or nurturing the family. And it all kind of is starting to blend together where it's a team instead of just two separate parts. We all have memories, both good and bad, of our parents. And I'm no different. I grew up in a different type of family. When my parents, when I was about 5 or 6 years old, split up, being that age, you take it on yourself that it was your fault. What did I do wrong to cause this to come about? Which caused, well, problems for me with self-esteem and trying to figure out what I was doing wrong. So it caused some problems. That happened. We lived in New Mexico. My father left, moved to San Diego, got a job working for Boeing, building planes, and then called, and we moved to San Diego to get back together, which I've shared with you. And he was around for a couple of years, went for a fishing trip, and I didn't hear from him again for about 2.5 years, which didn't exactly help matters as far as my own self-worth and stuff, but that's just the way it was. Then I heard from him again, and eventually my parents got back together. And as they were together, I realized, it wasn't my fault things didn't go right. It was just my parents didn't get along. Had nothing to do with me or my sister. But while they were back together when I was in my teens, I found that he was even so a fatherly type. He never said, "I love you." He came from an abusive home. His father, my mother said, was pretty cruel to all of the kids. So he came up with his own problems that reflected in his life. And even though he never said, "I loved you," I feel that he did what he could to show it, to reflect that love. One of the things I loved to do was water ski. So on the weekends, we used to, just about every weekend, we'd go camping up to Elephant Butte, a large lake. We'd go up there, spend the weekend doing some fishing, water skiing, and he would sit for hours in that boat, pulling us around to water ski, something we loved to do. Us, our friends, family members, he would just sit and work in the boat. I think that was the way he showed that he cared, spent time with us. There was other things, but that's one of the main things I remember. We each show love in a different way. Each try to nurture our children, be a presence for them to help them to grow. And I got that from him in that way. Each of you had your own unique experience as you grew up, I'm sure. Hopefully you had a lot more pleasant experiences than non-pleasant. But each of you, I know, had either stern parents, easy parents, loving, caring parents, maybe parents, one of them was gone. Which brings me to a story. There was a young boy, 11 years old, that had a mother. His parents had split up. As you know, in this country, over 50% of marriages end up in divorce. So this young mother was trying to raise her son, doing everything she could to nurture him, to care for him. And one of the things she scrimped and saved, $1,500, because he needed braces. But she finally got the money saved. And at the beginning of summer, school had let out, and she thought, this is the perfect time over the summer to get his braces, to get him taken care of. Well, he wasn't too thrilled about the idea because, for one thing, he'd talked to the other kids, knew it was going to be painful. A pain caused problems for him. He didn't really want to do it. He knew he was going to have to, but he was just going to have to deal with it. But one of the things she did, she knew some friends. They lived in the country, actually. Had a small place, a small house, a barn, a couple of acres, the corral. But she had some friends that had a bigger spread, a little ranch. So to kind of ease the burden, she took her son over to the ranch to go see the rancher. And as they got there, pulled in through the gate, drove by the corral up towards the house, and he looked over in the corral, and there in the pasture was a beautiful reddish-brown horse. He saw that horse. He kind of perked up, saw it. She got stopped. He jumped out of the car, ran over to the corral, kind of sticking his hand through the rails, and the horse come trotting up, and he was petting the horse, and the horse was kind of nuzzling him with his nose there. And they instantly started kind of bonding together. So he played with him a while, then they saddled up the horse. The young boy got to go that afternoon and just ride, have a great time with this horse. Took his mind off everything, the braces and stuff. Spent the afternoon, it came time to go home. The farmer said, the horse is for sale. For $1,500, you can have the horse in that red trailer over there to take him home. What a great deal that is. And the boy was kind of looking at his mother like, Mom. But she knew that he needed the braces. Knew this might be an instant of gratitude to make him feel good. But it was more important to think about his future and what the braces would do for him. So she stuck to her guns and said, well, we've got to do this. Felt a little guilty, but it's just the way it was. So she took him home, had the appointment, took him into the orthodontist, had the braces put in. It was as bad as he expected, hurt, painful. Had to go back over the summer ever so often, get them readjusted, go through the pain again, is all of that. But she told him, I understand it's bad, but I'll take you to go ride that horse every chance I can. And did. Stuck to her word and took him out there at least once a week to go ride the horse, to get away from things, to have some enjoyment, to be himself. At the end of the summer, finally, it came time. He got the braces off, and now all he had to do was wear a retainer for a while. He started back to school that fall. The other kids came and they talked about everything they did for the summer, what they did and how much fun they did. He talked to them, but he never brought up the horse. He was afraid that if he did, something might change because the horse was still for sale. Still had a sign there he saw every week when he went. So he didn't talk about it. But his mother says, it's in the fall in school, you're going to be busy, but let me run you back out there this weekend. Let you go see that horse before we get all wrapped up and everything going on. So they drove back out to the ranch. As they pulled into the gate, he was looking in the corral out in the pasture, but he couldn't see the horse. So he looked around and he looked by the barn and the red trailer was gone. He said, oh my God, I didn't even get to say goodbye. It's gone. He just kind of caved in, folded up in the seat, wouldn't look out of the car, wouldn't do anything. His mother pulled on in up to the house, got out and went up and knocked on the door, but nobody answered. Came back, got in the car, and they drove 40 miles back home. He never looked out of the car, never looked up, just kind of there, just in the car. Miserable. He never noticed anything. They pulled back into the ranch or their home. Pulled up and stopped. He didn't see the man walk up to the car and open his door. But when he looked up, he saw it was the rancher. And the rancher said, you know, I've had that horse for sale for a long time. Your mother told me that you were saving money to try to buy that horse. How much did you save? He said, I was only able to save $17. The man said, you know, I think that's about the exact amount I've decided to take for that horse. So the boy jumped out of the car, ran over, and there was a horse in their corral. And he looked over and he saw the red trailer by their barn. Life was good. But you know what that tells us? Being a father is not just a biological event to bring about that child. To be a real father, you have to be involved in that child's life. It's your responsibility to raise that child, to care for them, to provide for them, to nurture them, to teach them who they are, what they are. That's what being a parent is loving that child. My father never said, I love you, but he expressed it and he showed it in other ways. When I brought up my daughters, I took a different tact. Every chance I got, every chance I get, I say, I love you. More than anything, I want them to know how much I care how much I love them, and that I'm always there for them. For the good times, for the bad times, I'll always be their father. But you know, more than that, not only is we have that relationship physically, but we have the same relationship spiritually. We have God, our father, mother figure, that's always there, always within our life to support us, to care for us, to teach us to be the best that we can be. No matter what you face in life, hold on to the truth that God is right here, right now. We teach we are an expression of God, one in God. Nothing can change that. As we grow and learn and build our faith, God is there to care for us, to provide for us. All we have to do is open that channel and allow the love, the light of God to flow in. No matter what you face, no matter what challenge, God is right there, loving, caring, more than we could ever imagine. So as we reflect our love into our kids, God reflects that love into us. All of us. No matter who you are or who you see in the world, that presence is there. We're going through some trying times right now with a lot of people in conflict, looking at life in different ways. But as we look at them, let us see that presence of God within each person. Always. My father may not have always been what I wanted, but he was an expression of God and showed it in his own way. So as you deal with your kids, just be a presence to support them, to nurture them, and to care for them. God will take care of the rest. And that's the way it is. So let's take that now into a time of meditation. So right where you are, just sit back and allow the chair to support you, to open your mind, to open your heart, to take a deep breath, breathing in that energy, light, love that is God, and allow that to flow in, flowing into your heart. Feel it just growing and expanding and radiating out to every cell of your body. What a wonderful feeling that can be. Knowing that you are loved, that you're cared for, and that you are one with the presence of God. What a wonderful, wonderful experience that can be if we just open our hearts. So let's do that at this time. Open your heart. Open your mind. And allow yourself to be in the presence of God. And as you feel that flowing within you, allow it to flow out to your loved ones, to your friends, and to all people. So let's just spend a few moments now knowing you are an expression of God. Now, as we prepare to come back to this time, to this place, as we open our eyes, let us hold on to that truth. You are an expression of God, and so we let it be.
This is a time in our service when we have the opportunity to give back to the work of Spirit through our offerings and our tithes. We give in love and gratitude for our own prosperity in its many forms, which comes to us through God, our instant, constant, and abundant source. Will the ushers please come forward? I invite you to hold your offerings in your hand as we say our offertory blessing together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all of the good I am and have, all the good I give and receive, and I am grateful.
We affirm the continued growth and prosperity of Unity Spiritual Center of Waco, and we are grateful. In our prayer for protection, the light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. And the presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well.
My gift goes
There it is. Found it.
As you go forward this week, let each of you know you are never alone. Say amen.
She'd be heavy. She'd be heavy. I know. She'd be heavy.
Getting heavy, isn't she?
I was tired. You put your hand out.